I remember when I was 17, I had a gruesome car accident. I was driving a car. I hit someone that was on a bicycle. That person ended up passing away 4 days later. His mom took him off of life support because he wouldn't have been able to live a normal life. He would have been a complete vegetable. And so this really, it messed with me because even though I was already a young man that was um, using drugs, if you want to call it recreationally, I think it was a little more addictively than recreationally at the time. This became an ultimate excuse that this kid lost his life. How am I going to process this? I might as well just get loaded to this guy. So I did lots and lots of drugs. I also started to get into a lot of trouble at that young of an age. I was in and out of paddy wagons, police cars, jail cells, holding cells, things like that as an adolescent before I even turned 18. And I found my way into a courtroom and thus started my this future of being in and out of the system, or ducking and dodging police and things like that. I was in a psych ward when I was in that facility as an adolescent, and later in life, as much as I try to convince myself that I'm not going to get into trouble anymore, every time, because of the type of lifestyle that I was partaking in, meaning drug using, drug dealing, and again, when I say it was a certain era, I think you probably know that era.
Of course. I
Yeah,
lived it as well. Yeah,
yeah.
it wasn't as frowned upon it as it is today.
Right. Like we didn't have friends that were overdosing and dying on
Right.
fentanyl within the next 5 seconds, but we were going to raves and we were going to nightclubs and
Exactly.
strip clubs, and there was a scene. There was a scene that consisted of partying. Like we drank, we used, we had a lot of fun. Like I'm not gonna lie, like the '90s were a fun time. I was in my 20s. I created a business. I tanked a business. The business was funneled with money that was funded through drug sales, and the business did well for itself until it didn't.
As a lot
And
of business, as a lot of businesses in the 80s were, right?
exactly,
Like that
exactly.
was also the norm.